In a move that has stunned many Israelis, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the dismissal of Defense Minister Yoav Gallant on Monday, reigniting political turmoil amid Israel's war with Gaza.
The crisis of trust that gradually created between me and the Minister of Defense has become common knowledge, and this crisis does not allow for the proper continuation of the military campaign. I'm not the only one who says this. Most of the members of the government and most of the members of the cabinet, almost all of them share this feeling that it is impossible to continue like this. In light of this, I decided today to terminate the term of office of the Minister of Defense. In his place, I decided to appoint Minister Israel Katz to the position.
The decision, made abruptly on the evening of November 5th, comes after months of tension between the two leaders, whose ongoing clashes have been increasingly visible throughout the conflict.
Over the past few months, this trust has cracked between me and the Minister of Defense. Significant gaps were discovered between me and Gallant in the management of the military campaign, and these gaps were accompanied by statements and actions that contradict the decisions of the government and the decisions of the cabinet.
Gallant, a respected military figure and widely seen as a steadying influence, had been vocal about Israel's pressing need for increased manpower to confront threats in Gaza and elsewhere. Earlier that same day, he had called on Israelis from all backgrounds, including ultra-Orthodox Jewish men, to step forward for the national defense effort.
I look at the coming period, we will need more fighters in the entire IDF. We have about 900 killed and thousands wounded who do not return to fight. I am sure you have some among you and your colleagues who were wounded and returned to fight. I am talking about those who cannot return to battle. We need to improve the service. This will also come in the extension of mandatory service for 3 years, as we did, and have been done before us for many years, and we will have to recruit more populations, led by ultra-Orthodox populations, on a large scale.
The ultra-Orthodox community, which has traditionally been exempt from compulsory military service, has resisted calls for enlistment, a stance that has caused friction with secular Israelis.
And in this regard, I think it also has a social meaning, solidarity, partnership, but most importantly, the need for security. We know how to produce ammunition, bring weapons, acquire resources, and do everything soldiers. This is the people of Israel. There is no one else.
Exemptions for ultra-Orthodox men, who make up around 13% of Israel's population, are a deeply divisive issue. While most Israeli men and women serve in the military for 2 to 3 years, ultra-Orthodox men argue that full-time religious study is their duty, a belief that remains fiercely defended by their community. Amid the Gaza war, as Israel mobilized tens of thousands of reservists, the disparity in military obligations has fueled further frustration among secular citizens. Netanyahu's dismissal of Gallant, who had become a voice for unity in the face of the war's demands, has quickly spurred condemnation. Just months earlier, a similar attempt to fire Gallant in March 2023 sparked widespread protests against Netanyahu's government.